Destilek. My name is Gongyal. I was born in a nomadic family in the eastern part of Tibet to a very remote place called Sadin, which is about 3 days travel in a car from the capital city of Tibet, Lhasa. My hometown is surrounded by high mountain, thick forest, and it has harsh weather, especially during the winter. People in my town make their livelihood by agriculture and domesticated animals like yaks. My family consists of 5 children, my parents and my grandfather. None of my family members have ever been to school or received any kind of education. Back in those days, we were completely illiterate and we didn't even have the slightest idea about the importance of education. As an elder son, I grew up herding yaks and helping my parents to bring up the family. In the year 2002 and 2003, foreign invaders started cutting down trees from our forest and transported the wood to different regions, which really disturbed our nomadic way of life. However, that was not the biggest disturbance. In the year 2003, those foreign invaders kept a fire burning in the forest, which they did not contain properly, and that burned the whole forest, and it also burned my house down. We lost a large number of animals in that dreadful fire, and we lost almost everything we have. My father had to rebuild the house all by himself, and it was never easy. Later on, my family got struck by another tragedy. My father died in a car accident when he hitched a ride to travel to a big town nearby. We lost the backbone of our family, leaving 5 children to be taken care of by my mom alone. My mother was deeply saddened by this incident and she never wanted us to live the kind of life she lived. Therefore, we sold our animal and we donated our house to a monastery in our town, and we left for the capital city of Tibet. Our lifestyle dramatically changed from a quite simple nomadic life to a hustling, bustling city life where we felt like aliens. After staying there for a few months, my mother learned that Tibetan children have great opportunity to study their own culture and language under the leadership of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in India. My journey from Tibet to India began when I was only 13 years old, with 3 days travel hidden inside a furniture truck. It was completely dark inside, where 27 people were tightly squeezed against each other, and it is so suffocating that the breathing was really difficult. After that, we walked for 27 days, and we lost our way due to heavy snowfalls, and because of which we ran out of food and we had to walk for 3 days without having any food. Most of us were badly frostbitten due to our constant walk in the snow. That was the most difficult time of my life and the biggest challenge I have ever faced. In India, I got admitted in Tibetan Children's Village School Suja, which is about 45 kilometers away from the residence of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. When I first got admitted, I could barely read, but when I graduated, I scored 3rd place among all the Tibetan students who appeared in the exit exam, and I received one of the most prestigious awards to the Tibetan students called Ganden Podang Students Merit Award, and I received it from the Honorable Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament. I made my school and my family proud, which I always consider as the biggest accomplishment. In the United States, I hope to study international politics and economics, as I aspire to become a great leader in my community, and having a deep knowledge in this two field will be beneficial to a refugee community like ours. The current leader, Dr. Lobsang Sengye, has inspired me in many ways. In fact, I used to be a very active student in leadership roles when I was in school. For instance, I was elected twice in the Students' Council, once when I was in junior high and the other one when I was in high school. During my leisure time, I love to play basketball, I love swimming, I love hiking. During 2 months winter vacation, I used to be a volunteer tourist guide in the town of Dharamsala, which enabled me to practice my English. I also love to read books. The most recent book that I completed is The Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. This book taught me the kind of quality a great leader should have, and probably this is one of the most compelling books I have ever read. I lived my life in the Tibetan exile community, and having had the privilege of studying Buddhism philosophy at school, I would be so pleased to contribute my learned knowledge to the college community in whatever way it might be helpful. Since I was born in a nomadic family and then I lived my life in a refugee community, I hope my unique identity could enrich the community. It's a dream for me to be able to study in the United States for a lot of reasons. Be it the liberal mindset of people which encourage students to think out of the box, the vibrant learning environments which keeps the students engaged, the unparalleled facility and respect toward unique qualities of individual students. I believe that my leadership qualities would be enhanced by such advantages. For this incredible opportunity, I would like to thank Global Leadership Incubator for their immense support, without which I would have never met this far. And I also would like to thank all the people who supported me throughout my life. I would like to thank the people who are watching this video and helping me to make my dream a reality. Thank you very much.